This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and let's get right into the news. Okay, so we got even Rihanna herself clowning Benzino. I mean, nobody wants to hear this guy going at Eminem anymore. Okay, that was 22 years ago. I'm sorry, that was 18 years ago. I was thinking 2002 in my mind. And now he's even going at Royce the 5'9" when Royce the 5'9" was not even there. Okay, this is the second time he's gone at Royce the 5'9", calling Royce the 5'9" his Eminem's little follower. He got a little more disrespectful with the terminology, but you know what I mean. And it's just getting really pathetic, man. You know, he comes up with new excuses all the time. I feel like he was a racist. I feel like he's not from Detroit. I feel like that, you know, he thought he was tough. I don't know. I honestly, I always felt, even though I'm not like one of these Eminem stans, okay? I listened to a couple songs of his. I bought his first album. I didn't buy any albums after that, but I do respect the craft. Everybody, you got to give it up. He's good at, he's a great technical rapper. I think G Malone said it best. Did G Malone say that? I think it was G Malone. He's a technical... Oh, no, that was Ransom. G Malone said, give Eminem his flowers. I mean, even when Snoop was kind of going at him, G Malone and Snoop, that they're like, he's one of the biggest Snoop fans I've ever seen in my life, you know? But still, you know, I don't know why Snoop felt like that either. There must have been something personal that happened that got Snoop hot. Like, Eminem didn't do something or something, because, like, it didn't make sense out of nowhere, like, the past 2 years, Snoop's kind of dipped in and out of kind of going at Eminem. 2 years ago, he did an interview, too, like that. Like the one he did recently on The Breakfast Club a few months ago. Rihanna reacts. So people were like, you know, because, like, there was this whole thing with Royce the 5'9" versus Benzino over the past couple days. Benzino thought that his catalog was better than Royce the 5'9's. He wanted to set up a versus. I mean, it doesn't even make sense. Benzino was never known to be one of the best rappers or anything. He got in. He got a deal. He had a couple records. None of them were like hit records. You know, he was in the game though. You know, he did records with people. He had some mixtapes out. He had a couple albums out. He had the Hitmen. He had I think Untouchables was his group. That's one of the only. That's one of the only songs I really liked. I think it was him and the Untouchables. That was a good. So, you know, Royce the 5'9" said, you know, you owe me for these laughs. This is hilarious. Now, Rocky for real said, wait, this isn't a joke. Then Rihanna reacts with, you know, just whoa, like putting, you know, the hand to the hand to the face, like, you got to be joking, you know. Cash Doll said, what is wrong with Benzino? And then Rook Flair said, didn't Prodigy write his only decent song? It's a fact. It's a fact. You know, Benzino is just, he's obsessed. Just like Eminem's kind of obsessed with MGK. I'll give him that, right? Because MGK really doesn't play when people disrespect his daughter. I know that. But anyways, that was hilarious. Then we got Kendrick Lamar sighting. Okay, so, you know, I'll report this because people go crazy over this. Okay, Kendrick Lamar is a great rapper. He's one of these rappers that raps to be the best rapper. He's trying to outdo himself every time. Gotta respect the craft. Okay, gotta respect what he did for his city. He took the torch and he kept running with it. Right. He's one of the better rappers out here. One of the top rappers out right now, okay? Am I the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan? I'm more of an I like his early work. You know, ADHD. I like that the first mixtape he came out with, I think it was Section 80, and it's like, this first album was good. The second album threw me off. Third album I liked. You know, it's like, but, you know, it's what you like, okay? That's the great thing about music. It's what you like. Kendrick Lamar, I'm always going to check him out. I respect people that come with lyrics and bars, always. And, you know, he's made a sighting. Cool. I mean, a lot of people just didn't appear that much in 2020 because it was just such a down year, you know. Yeah, and why would you put out an album if you can't tour? I mean, most of your money comes from touring and opportunities like that. A lot of things were just not operating this year, you know, so this past year. So we're in a new year. We don't know what it's going to be like, but there's hope. There's hope. So people hope that Kendrick will drop an album. People need some excitement. If I were him, I would drop a 4-song or 5-song EP at least, you know, just to keep it going, you know, like maybe warm up for the album. I don't know. It's up to him. You know, he's very artistic in his craft. Then we got, I don't know how many people were looking forward to this, but I'm going to talk about it. I mean, I listened to it. The Uncle Murda wrap-up, okay? He took over the wrap-up a few years ago, and, you know, it's like, it's hard to listen to. I mean, you know, Uncle Murda's not the best rapper ever, okay? He says some funny stuff in these songs, though. I'll just go through a couple of the highlights, you know, and you can listen to yourself. It's 13, 14 minutes long. It's like, sheesh, okay? But I gave it a listen. He talks about, he kind of downplays God, which I'm not a fan of, okay? You know, talking about everything that's going on, and people look for something to blame. And, you know, a lot of bad stuff did happen this past year, but you can't blame God, you know, in the universe. It's just how it is. You know, what did Kobe and Gigi do, he said, and the other passengers do? That was horrible. That was a horrible, that we should have known at that moment that it was going to be a weird year, okay? He said condolences. Then he said, he talked about Kobe for a minute. Then he talked about someone like Lamar would say, you could have taken Lamar Odom or Delonte. I was like, whoa, bro, chill out. And then he said, I'm just playing, but I'm saying. Then he says, he talks about the cooties out here. Got people eating like Action Bronson. Action Bronson actually is pretty skinny nowadays. He's down to like 240. He said, catching the cooties like Magic Johnson. Is it real or is it fake? And then he said, people passing away. Then he says, they say Trump had it, but I think he was faking it. Then he goes into, I think he talked about Pop Smoke. That was sad. And he said the good pass away young. And then he also talked about how is Tekashi still out here living as a crime. It always seems like the evildoers do go on. Isn't that weird about life? It does seem like the people who don't live so right live longer sometimes. It's weird like that. And it doesn't make sense, but I guess there is a deeper meaning for everything. And then he says, Meg saying Tory popped her. People say she's capping. Then he said, Tory got his, you know, feelings and ego hurt, and he felt like he actually did it. I don't know. He played it really safe during this thing and went with the public opinion on the wrap up. He talked about Lil Wayne taking that picture with Trump and how he's a clown, I guess. You know, that's how he felt about that. I think that Trump's going to pardon him. I think that's why he did it, honestly. I'm going to be honest. I think it just looks like right before he leaves, he's going to get a pardon. Because he seems like he's not worried about this sentencing that's coming up. Wayne doesn't care. Wayne's like, yeah, whatever. He's not really stressed out about it. And the last time he went in, around 2010, what was it, 9 or 10? I can't remember. It was right around there. I think it was 2009, like right at the end. He was really worried about that. You know, he talked about, what else did he talk about in this thing? That was kind of like the highlights. And he said Dr. Dre wife tried to get $2 million. Dre happy he signed the prenup. Then he talked about she wasn't with him when the studio making beats, playing off Rick Ross. She wasn't with you shooting in the gym. I get it. Boosie was being too thirsty, to be honest, doing too much. If being too much was a person, they took away his Instagram. But the Instagram his Instagram was lit. It was going in. He was going in on his Instagram. It was funny. And then he said, Dwayne Wade's son, he was pressing you, asking if he was gay, he was disrespecting you. And then Iron Mike, Mike Tyson pressed Boosie. that was different. All these rappers getting popped. Not one hit Tekashi. They really let him out early and kept Bobby. Yeah, they kept Bobby for a long time. I'm surprised Bobby's not out before Roddy Rebel. Didn't make sense because he took more time so Roddy Rebel could get out around the same time. But I don't know. Jeezy shouldn't have battled Gucci Mane knowing he was going to rap about taking out Pookie. I get it, but I don't miss me with the culture stuff. You disrespected my dead homie. I'm popping it off. Yeah, okay. Nah. I don't believe that. Honestly, hey, them doing that was important. It was just important for moving forward. And also, I don't think Uncle Murda would do anything if somebody said that. He's much older now. And everybody is, like, that's like some stuff in your 20s when you do stuff like that. Or someone that didn't mature at all, Sometimes you just got to learn, like, hey, when you get older, once you get into your 30s and stuff, you start thinking, like, okay, what is the consequences of my next action? You start thinking about that, and that's growth. Then he said, Jeezy lost it. That was some sucker stuff, trying to move on to corporate. He's been on that. Jay-Z wouldn't have battled Nas. He said that Pookie Ronan is great. I don't know, man. That whole situation was a little weird. And then he said Pharrell went on Drink Champs talking about some stupid stuff, just cause. Oh yeah, about talking about how snitching is cool and stuff. Well, at least Pharrell let everybody know where he stands. Then he said Adrian Broner was on Cash Me Outside Girl page in her DMs. He talked about that. Floyd Mayweather struggled with saying Everyday Struggle got canceled. Fire Academics. Nicki had a baby. Blah, 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 blah. Then he talked about even if she was Nick Cannon got fired for hating on actually Jewish people, not white people. And he was wowing out, and he should have known that. Jewish people really run entertainment behind the scenes, so you offended the wrong crowd, It's a shame, though, because that was Nick Cannon's thing. Like, wowing out will never be the same without Nick Cannon. They should have just let him have it. Let him take it somewhere else, honestly. Anyways, guys, that's everything. That's my wrap-up for the morning. For the early part of the day. Go listen to the Uncle Murda thing if you want to listen to that. It's long. I tried to just give you a good little wrap up of it. He talked about R. Kelly getting beat up in jail, all this other stuff. I mean, then he said because he ain't lost to Joe, he lost to Kamala. He talked about Trump losing. I don't know about that. I don't think people came out for Kamala Harris. I don't know. Just it was the energy of the country, and Trump just went too far to one side. Like it was just instead of keeping it classy, got a little too personal with certain things and didn't do the right thing on other things. I think, and that's what lost the election. But hey, whatever. It is what it is. You got to just move forward with everything. I mean, we'll see what Joe Biden and Kamala Harris do. I mean, they're next up, and we'll see. I mean, it's politics, bro. We don't control that stuff anyways, So all I could say to all you guys is just do your best out here, no matter what. I don't even have control of my own HOA. That thing's it's just a rigged thing, Like a lot of, I'm just saying politics in general is kind of rigged, And, you either like the person or you don't. I think that everyone's out for themselves in politics, period. Even the current president we have now. That's the thing about when you get older, you start realizing how little control we have over everything, and that everything's kind of corrupt, from our police forces to local politics to major politics to even your own HOA that you live in. Okay, I saw these people faking votes the other day on my cameras. Like they were going around forging people's ballot things so that they win again, so that they can spend the HOA money on things they want to do in the community. I was like, man, I got to get out of an HOA, man. Owning a house in HOA is probably the worst. And that's how they build a lot of these homes now, to be part of these home associations. It's like... And then you get these old people that are trying to be on the board. Like they're like 70, 75. I mean, is your life that sucky that you want to like be on a HOA board? These people are old as hell. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. I mean, I could never see myself being at that age and wanting to like, yeah, I'm going to lead my home association. Yeah, it's crazy. And they don't like me because I'm much younger than them, like for some reason they just don't like me from the rip, it's crazy. I don't know, man. But anyways, I appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Smash that like button. Hope you guys are having a happy new year. It's New Year's Day. Not much is going on today, obviously, because it's New Year's Day, but I'll keep you updated anyways. Appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower, JT News. Make sure you smash that like button for the algorithm. Very important. And I'll check you guys later.